For nearly a century, the Murdaugh family controlled power in one part of South Carolina like royalty. Judges knew their name. Police knew their name. Lawyers feared their influence. And according to many locals, crossing the Murdaugh family could destroy lives. But on the night of June 7, 2021, everything changed. Because deep inside a massive hunting estate known as Moselle, two members of the powerful Murdaugh family are found brutally murdered. A mother and her son, shot to death near the dog kennels. And standing at the center of the nightmare was one man, Alex Murdaugh, a wealthy attorney, a respected legal figure, a member of one of the most powerful families in the South. At first, he appeared devastated, broken, a grieving husband and father calling 911 in panic. But as investigators began looking deeper into the family, the story became darker, much darker, because behind the wealth, behind the legal dynasty, behind the Southern prestige, investigators would uncover financial crimes, addiction, lies, mysterious deaths, and a collapsing empire built on fear and influence. And eventually, the entire country began asking the same terrifying question. Did Alex Murdaugh murder his own wife and son? Long before the murders, the Murdaugh name already carried enormous power across South Carolina's Lowcountry. For generations, members of the Murdaugh family controlled the local prosecutor's office. Their law firm handled major cases. Their connections stretched into law enforcement, politics, courts, and business. Locals reportedly viewed the family almost like untouchable royalty, and Alex Murdaugh inherited that world. Born into privilege, Alex followed the family path into law, eventually becoming a successful attorney himself. Publicly, the family image looked perfect. Money, land, boats, luxury, influence. The Murdaugh estate known as Moselle symbolized wealth and Southern power. But privately, cracks had reportedly already begun forming. And according to investigators later, those cracks were hiding something catastrophic. Because before the murders, another tragedy connected to the Murdaugh family had already placed them under enormous public pressure. A tragedy involving Alex's son, Paul Murdaugh. February 2019. A late-night boat crash changes everything. Paul Murdaugh was allegedly driving a boat carrying several young people after a night of drinking. The crash kills 19-year-old Mallory Beach. The case explodes publicly. And suddenly, the Murdaugh family begins facing scrutiny unlike ever before. Some locals accuse the family of using influence to protect Paul. Rumors spread quickly online. Public anger grew. And lawsuits connected to the crash reportedly threatened the family financially. For many observers, this moment becomes critical, because investigators later believed Alex Murdaugh's financial world may have already been collapsing behind the scenes, and the pressure was growing rapidly. Then came June 7, 2021, the night that transformed a powerful Southern family into one of America's darkest true crime stories. Moselle, a massive rural hunting property surrounded by darkness. That night, Maggie Murdaugh and Paul Murdaugh are shot and killed near the dog kennels. The violence shocks investigators immediately. Alex Murdaugh calls 911 emotionally. His voice sounds frantic, panicked. He claims he discovered the bodies after returning home. At first, many people sympathized with him, but almost immediately, questions began appearing. Timelines, phone records, behavior, and then, investigators uncover something devastating. A cell phone video recorded shortly before the murders appears to place Alex Murdaugh near the kennels minutes before the killings, a detail he had reportedly denied repeatedly. That discovery changes everything, because suddenly, investigators begin questioning whether Alex's entire version of events was false. But the murders were only the beginning, because as financial investigators started digging into Alex Murdaugh's life, they discovered a hidden world of alleged theft, addiction, and deception. As the murder investigation intensified, Alex Murdaugh's life began unraveling publicly. Reports emerged alleging financial fraud, missing money, stolen settlements, and years of deception involving clients and law partners. Millions of dollars allegedly disappeared. People who trusted him claimed they had been betrayed. And suddenly, the respected attorney image collapsed almost overnight. Then another shocking twist emerges. Alex Murdaugh claims he was shot on the side of a road in an apparent assassination attempt. But investigators later allege the incident may have been part of an insurance fraud scheme. The story becomes almost impossible for the public to comprehend, because every new revelation seemed darker than the last. Opioid addiction allegations, financial crimes, insurance schemes, family murders. The Murdaugh empire no longer looked powerful. It looked rotten from the inside. And then came the trial, one of the most watched true crime trials in modern America. The courtroom atmosphere felt electric. National media flooded South Carolina. Millions watched testimony unfold online daily. Prosecutors argued Alex Murdaugh murdered Maggie and Paul to distract from his collapsing financial crimes. The defense argued the investigation was flawed and lacked direct evidence. But the kennel video became devastating, because jurors heard Alex's voice near the crime scene shortly before the murders, something he had previously denied. Then came financial crime evidence. Prosecutors painted a portrait of a desperate man allegedly losing control of his life. And perhaps most shocking of all, Alex Murdaugh himself testified. Viewers across America watched his emotional testimony carefully. Some believed he sounded manipulative. Others believed he sounded broken. The nation became divided. But eventually, the jury reached a decision. Guilty. Alex Murdaugh was convicted of murdering his wife and son. And just like that, one of the most powerful legal dynasties in the South collapsed publicly forever. Even after the conviction, the mystery surrounding the Murdaugh family never fully disappeared. Online investigators continue analyzing body language, crime scene timelines, financial motives, and older mysterious deaths connected to the family. Some theories remain grounded in evidence. Others spiral into internet speculation. And perhaps that's because the Murdaugh story feels larger than one murder case. It feels like a story about power itself, about influence, about wealth-protecting secrets, and about what happens when a powerful empire finally begins collapsing under its own weight. Maybe the most disturbing part of the Alex Murdaugh case is how normal the family appeared publicly for so many years. Successful, respected, untouchable. But behind that image, investigators say there may have been lies, fear, financial desperation, and hidden darkness growing quietly for years. And perhaps that's why this story captured the entire country emotionally, because people realized something terrifying. Sometimes, the most dangerous secrets exist inside the most powerful families. Today, Alex Murdaugh sits convicted, but the shadow surrounding the Murdaugh family story still lingers across South Carolina, and many people believe unanswered questions still remain. What do you think about the Alex Murdaugh case? Do you believe justice was fully served? Or do you think deeper secrets surrounding the Murdaugh family may still remain hidden? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe for more true crime documentaries, unsolved mysteries, celebrity investigations, and cinematic storytelling. Because sometimes, the darkest crimes hide behind the most powerful names.